Hello everyone, welcome to VMware vSAN Deploy and Manage course for beginners. In this particular lab exercise, we are going to learn about placement details of virtual machine objects. We're gonna see that how virtual machine objects are being placed across the vSAN cluster as per the policy defined by vSAN admin, and how important your virtual vSAN policy plays a critical role in placement of these virtual machine objects. So with that, let's get started. Click here to start. Now click here to access to our vCenter server, and as you could see that this is our pretty standard vCenter UI. Let's give a vCenter username as administrator at the rate of vsphere.local. Let's give a password of our vCenter user. Click here to log in, and as you could see that we are successfully logged in to our vCenter server. Now let's go and browse our vCenter inventory. So we have a data center named as SA data center. Within that data center, we have a cluster named as vSAN cluster. And if you browse that cluster, you do see that we have a 3 node vSAN cluster created. Now we have a VM SAVM01. So let's click on that SAVM01. And if you notice on this side VM storage policy, you might have noticed that VM storage policy is vSAN default storage policy. What does that mean? It means that this particular virtual machine is actually having a default vSAN storage policy assigned to it, and this virtual machine is actually in compliance with that storage policy. And if you look at the storage shows as go VM lab-vSAN, which means that our VM is actually sitting on vSAN data store. So we are good, pretty good from the VM configuration perspective, and VM is in compliance with our storage policy. Now let's click on menu, click on policies and profiles, click on VM storage policies, and do you see that there we have a vSAN default storage policy. Now just go and explore the rules for that particular storage policy. So when we click on that storage policy, we need to focus on failure to tolerate, and that is one failure. What does that mean? It means that if we don't specify any specific vSAN policy, by default, every virtual machine will have a default vSAN policy, which will be having a failure to tolerate as 1. And how we are protecting that failure? By mirroring concept or RAID 1 mirroring mechanism. So by default, we have a 1 failure to tolerate, and it is being protected by RAID 1 mirroring. So let's click on menu, click on host and clusters, click on our vSAN cluster, click on monitor. Now what we're gonna do now, we're gonna see that our VM01 is actually having a default vSAN policy. That vSAN policy is having a default RAID 1 mirroring policy. So we're gonna see now how this RAID 1 policy is protecting our virtual machine objects, right? So to do that, click on that vSAN, click on virtual objects. And when we click on virtual machine objects, you do see that we have a 2 VMs as AVM01 and VM02. The point to notice here that your SAVM01 is in powered off state, whereas your SAVM02 is in powered on state. So we would be having a vswap file. So vswap file or vswap object, which would be not present for VM01, but it would be present for VM02. That's something we all very well aware about that, right? So now let's go and browse our SAVM01, that virtual machine objects. And you do see that we just have a 2 object for that particular virtual machine, hard disk and VM home namespace. So let's go and browse our VM home namespace object, and let's see the placement of this particular object components. So click here, select VM home namespace, click on view placement details, and as you could see that it rightly show it here, a VM home namespace object is protected by RAID 1 policy. And as part of RAID 1 policy, we do see that we have a 2 data component and we have a 1 witness component. And if you see that these 2 data component are actually spread across, all these 3 components are spread across 3 different ESXi hosts. If you see that this is SA ESXi01 hosting 1 data component, SB ESXi01 is another host which is hosting another data component of this object, and then you have a SAESXi02 hosting a witness component. So it's clearly tells you that how your data virtual machine objects and its relevant components or its underlying components are distributed across vSAN cluster to give you failure to tolerate as 1. Click here to close. Now let's click on the hard disk and let's see that how my hard disk components or hard disk objects are being placed. Click on placement details, and again, as you could see that your hard disk 1 object is also protected using RAID 1 policy, where we have a 2 data component and 1 witness component, and these 3 components of this hard disk 1 object is also spread across 3 nodes of our vSAN cluster. So one thing to remember here, that whenever we are going with the RAID 1 policy, the minimum requirement is 3 node clusters. You need to have a 3 node vSAN cluster to have a RAID 1 policy in place. So click here to close. Now let's go and check it out, our SAVM02. So that VM object placement details. So click on that VM, click on menu, click on policies and profiles, click on storage policies, click on no FT, and no FT is what? That's the no failure to tolerate policy we created in the previous lab exercise, right? Now, if you look at this no FT policy, the thing what we need to notice here, that failure to tolerate. Do you see that failure to tolerate? This failure to tolerate is no data redundancy. What does that mean? It means that I don't want any kind of failure to protection for that particular virtual machine, which means that even if that virtual machine goes down, I lose the data, I'm okay with it. And we call it as something like close to RAID 0 configuration. So let's see that how this virtual machine SAVM02 objects are placed across the vSAN cluster, having a policy configured as failure to tolerate as 0 or no failure to no FT policy. So click on host and clusters, click on vSAN cluster, click on monitor, go back to virtual objects. So click here to browse virtual objects and click on SAVM02. Now you might have noticed that other than 2 objects, we have a third object, virtual machine swap object. And we know very well about this object. The swap objects only gets created when your virtual machine is in powered on state. That's the reason we have one additional object for our virtual machine too. Now click on VM home namespace, click on the placement details and look at here. Unlike RAID 1, where we have seen 3 components, 2 data components, 1 witness components, we don't see 3 components for our SAVM02. And the reason why? Because that virtual machine is having a policy called as no FT, which means it's equivalent to RAID 0 configuration. And you do right see here, your VM home object of SAVM02 is protected using RAID 0 configuration. And that is the reason there is only one data component which is present on SBESXi01 host. Click here to close. Let's click on the hard disk component. Look at the hard disk object, click on the placement details. Again, your hard disk object of this VM is also having only a one data component, and that data component is also present on SBESXi01 host. So let's conclude it here. What we have learned so far. So we have seen that by default, any object or any virtual machine will be having a default vSAN storage policy. That default vSAN storage policy will have a RAID 1 configuration. As part of RAID 1 configuration, we should be able to tolerate one failure. And how do we do that? By spreading multiple components of that one object, as we have seen that 2 data component and 1 witness component. And that's how your RAID 1 was protecting your failures. But in the RAID 0, as we have seen that your failure to tolerate is 0, which means that we do not need any protection to protect those data components. And that's the reason we were just seeing one data component for each of the virtual machine object. So click here to log out, click on log out, and this conclude our lecture or lab exercise on placement details of virtual machine objects. And we have seen that how virtual machine storage policy influences or takes care of placement of virtual machine objects across the vSAN cluster. We hope you enjoyed this lecture. Thanks for your time. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.